circle blues. When I see the circles out, I get glum, there is no doubt. Got me the old chair circle blues. When I see chairs in a round, that's when I start to panic. Flap me hands all in the air, the doctor says I'm manic. Oh no, it's not right, association every night. Got me the old chair circle blues.
Bob, oi, over here. All right. Hello. How you doing? Not much. Looking well. Yeah, I got one for you. Knock knock. Who's there? Death. Death. Hello, and welcome to Not the Chair Circle, the antidote to group therapy. Episode 1, Series 4. Now, if you're joining us from Series 3, we are honoured, humbled and amazed. If you're new to the show, we urge you to keep an open mind. Now, we start the series with what might be called a triumphant return. Regular viewers will be aware that we ended the last series with a song to promote awareness of circular phobia, the show's primary focus. Our CEO and producer Bobby No-Mates declared the campaign a resounding success, as our subscription count soared into double figures directly afterwards. Despite this heartening occurrence, however, we remain the only channel on YouTube to be covering the debilitating condition that is circular phobia. Given this fact, it was decided at executive level, Bobby himself, that Season 4 must go ahead. We shall break the circle. We shall be reviving all your old favourites, as well as having our usual in-depth, hard-hitting look at the world of mental health today. First up, it's culture with a capital K. Yes folks, Poetry Corner is back. This was prompted in part by a serendipitous event at the end of the last series. After the recording of Break the Circle, the ensemble repaired to Susie Wilde's house for an ad libitum after party, where an impromptu poetry recital broke out. Now fortunately, the whole event was captured for posterity by Shaggy, ever armed with his trusty camera and tripod. Now, as you, and indeed I, dear viewers, were not invited to the party, we shall be viewing the edited highlights throughout the series. First up is that most elegant wordsmith from the Robatos, Reg the Space Hopper. Run VT. Yeah, no sweat. What? This? Oh, no, son. No, you're right. That one, yeah. Okay. A poem. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he?
Bloody hell.
What? That's a classic.
Oh, come on.
One of Shelley's, I think. We'll be hearing more from Space and some of the other partygoers later in the series. Now, another feature that Bobby, our CEO and producer, is keen to revive in Series 4 is musical therapy. If you are new to the show, you may not be aware that Bobby himself is the country's leading heavy metal xylophonist. He made his first appearance on this very show in Series 1, Episode 5. Now, he wrote me his biog and told me to get it right, so if you don't mind. Until then, he had been just a faceless name on the credits. But his first on-screen appearance sparked an immediate reaction with the general public. He performed a self-penned autobiographical number, The Therapy Song, which captured everyone's attention as well as cementing the purpose of the show firmly into public awareness. The rest is, of course, history. From being the backroom visionary who conceived and gave life to Not the Chair Circle, using only a xylophone, a webcam and his genius, Bobby now performs to packed houses the length and breadth of the land, usually ending his tours with a sellout finale at the Theatre Royal Norwich. Tonight we are going to see that first ever iconic performance once again. History in the making. Run VT.
CBT and DBT, MBT and NLP, DPT, MBCT, CAT and IPT. Now I've done my therapy, won't you please just let me be?
Well, there you are, viewers. A seminal moment in the history of heavy metal xylophony. And remember, you heard it first on Not the Chair Circle. And now on to our main topic. There's been a re-emergence of interest recently in the potential use of psychedelics in the treatment of certain mental disorders. Practitioners and psychedelic guides have emerged in several countries wishing to set up practices. They are campaigning for the drug laws pertaining to these controlled substances to be relaxed for the purpose of clinical trials. Now, we are delighted to welcome back Dr. Robert from his recent tour of senior care facilities, where he's been lecturing on dementia as a lifestyle choice. He joins us tonight to share his unique medical outlook on his showcase program, Out of My Mind. Good evening and welcome to Out of My Mind with me, Dr. Robert Roberts. Turn on, tune in, drop out. Another famous doctor, Timothy Leary, made this rather frivolous suggestion back in the 1960s, which somewhat undermined the sterling work that had gone on before him. The researcher Albert Hofmann, who had worked tirelessly on lysergic acid diethylamide, had some rather more pragmatic suggestions for the use of the drug in the treatment of anxiety, and even alcoholism. Bill Wilson, founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, famously tried to include use of the drug in his 12-step program.
Doc, something's happened.
I do not believe this. First program of the series, what have you been told about sabotaging my slot?
Yeah, I'm really sorry to burst in, Doc. It's not a wind-up, I promise you. But the boss has had a report there's some tainted acid doing the rounds as we speak. He wanted to know if we could put out a warning on your show so as to reach those most likely affected.
Ah.
I mean, they're bound to be watching this, aren't they?
Yes, I suppose they would. Okay, camera 2.
Oh, cheers, Doc. What's that one? Here is a message for anyone who may recently have ingested some locally sourced LSD.
You little bastard. Well, we seem to have lost Out of My Mind there, viewers. Bobby's telling me to keep moving. Okay. So now it's on to a new slot with a familiar face. Now, as you know, here at Not the Chair Circle, we aim to cover all mental health issues from every conceivable angle. This can have some unforeseen outcomes. When Mike Gobshite, our resident chat show host and investigative journalist, saw the word psychedelic on the canteen notice board, his mind immediately went to his lifelong passion, rock music in all its myriad forms. Now Bobby, ever keen to keep our one TV professional happy, decided to allow this broader interpretation and even went as far as to suggest that Mike create a new slot for the show. Now we're going to go over to Studio 6 in a moment to see what Mike came up with. But before that, it just falls to me to say on behalf of all the lads how very grateful they are that you tuned in to watch our little show today. We aim to make Series 4 our most well-informed and polished to date. I, as ever, would like to thank you for your kind indulgence. Over to Mike.
Rock Gobshite. Rock Gobshite. Rock Gobshite. Rock Gobshite.
Hi, and welcome to Rock Gobshite with me, Mike Gobshite. You know, folks, since I joined the team here at Not the Chair Circle, I feel like the proverbial kid in a sweet shop. Everywhere I look, I'm flanked by people who I thought I'd only ever see on a distant stage in a large stadium. In the last episode of the last series, I found myself in a recording studio, actually singing, or trying to, with some of my heroes, one of whom is here today. He is a man who effortlessly blends the wood and the wire with the solid body electric. He is one half of that quintessential folk rock duo Druids Pestle. Ladies and gentlemen, Dorian Mode. This is indeed an honour. May I call you Dorian? Yes, of course, Mike. The dog sends his regards. He's currently on retreat. India, China, Tibet, Droitwich. Every year at this time, he enters into Mrs. O'Grady's luxury boarding house for a month of solid writing. He finds the West Midlands a suitably bleak landscape for his artistic temperament. He always sends me a postcard, though. I see. Now, speaking of collaboration, although you and the ARG have enjoyed a fruitful writing partnership for many years, you have also collaborated with several other artists. I'm thinking especially of Steve Firkin. Oh yes, Steve. Yes, back in our purely folk days, we were a close harmony group called the Runic Ranters. We did the Real Ale circuit. That's where the Og got his name. Stands for Original Gravity. Ah yes, I recall your iconic album, The Green Man's Twig and Berries. But I believe that partnership ended in tragedy. That's right, Mike. A bizarre Yard of Ale accident. The camera officials are still looking into it. But suffice to say that McClintock's old esophagus ointment was taken off the pumps that night and has never been back on since. Yes, I remember the headlines at the time. Now, on the path to folk rock stardom, you did briefly dabble in other emerging musical forms. That's right, we did a few concept albums with a few old mates from the beat circuit. Yes, indeed. And what you don't know, Dorian, is that one of them's here tonight. Oi, Dorian, you old strammer. Hello. Yeah, well, the show needed a bit of glamour, didn't it? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, another one of my heroes. Singer and lead guitarist with the Rubatos, Mr. Reg, the Space, Hopper. Hi, Space. It's great to have you back on the show. Yeah, what's you like, baby? Would you care to fill us in with the rest of that story? Yeah, I'll give you the SP, yeah. So anyway, yeah, me and Joan Byers here was having a little chat over a joint, over a glass of sherry after a gig. And it turned out we was both getting a bit sick of the old free chord trick, you know. And I thought, well, why not have a go at the psychedelics? I mean, Our keyboard player, Stable, he was up for it because he just learnt a minor 7th chord, you know. And drum kit, he fancied his chances for a gong. Benny had been growing his hair, like, so yeah, why not?
But you know all this, Mike. I remember you covering the sessions for Stop, Bop and Pop magazine.
Wow, Dorian, I'm astonished you remember me. I was a cub reporter at the time. May I relate the tale for the audience?
Please do.
Dorian, the Arg, and the guys in the Robatos entered the studios in what was to be an intensive writing and recording session. They named the subsequent album after the group name they gave themselves for the project, Platted Fog. Yeah, now, what neither you guys know is that we have a clip from the film that was made at the time. Oh yeah.
Nah.
Rare footage from the live
Bloody hell.
stage performance you gave for the Freak Out Festival TV special.
Surely
Lost in the
not.
past.
Yes, folks. For the first time on television, Platted Fog. Run VT.
Cool, blimey.
And in the garden, fairy pharmacists cast far out physic in tablets made of stone. Chemist pixies circling my home.
All of nature singing sunrise in the garden. Jessica is spinning out upon the lawn. Round and round her arms a tapestry of sunshine. In the bird and bee and dolly mixture dawn. Titania gives Oberon a pickle sandwich. All the fairies laugh and gather round. Robin Goodfellow are playing on his lute now, while Puck is dancing, singing to the sound. Oh, Gemini, you have to try. The hour is getting late. Raise Capricorn to blow his horn. Protect the garden gate. We cannot let the set squares in. They would have at my mind. The newsprint eyes are staring with brows of bacon rind.
You have been watching Not the Chair Circle, written, composed and performed by Bob McGowan, assisted by the people in his head. A Bobby No Mates production.
Oh, where are Alice, Dormouse and the Hatter? Dorothy, the
and two. They're safely playing, laughing, singing in the garden. Come join us now, there's picnic here for you.